All right. Let's do this. All right. Oh, you might not be able to see me, so let's do it this way. There we go. Hey, everybody. It's Dan, and it's that time. We're going to go live today for a brew day. And trying out some new gear to see how it goes. So you're going to have me, as all my stuff from my summer brewery falls on my head here. Hang on. Like that. All right. There's that. And then we are going to check out camera number 2. And there's camera number 2 where you actually see me over top of the actual kettle. Hey, guys. So hang on a sec. I got to do something for a sec here. Go like this. Go. Where are you? This. Come on. This. And we'll go to my account. Studio. What are we doing? Are we live? I hope we're live. Yeah, it says we're live. Okay, so I might not be able to see the comments that you guys are throwing at me just because of how things are going here, but we'll see how it works. So, no. I hope you guys can hear me. All right. It looks like we're live, so we're going to see what happens here, guys. So thank you very much for coming out with me today. I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't guessed, here in Ottawa, we're in the dead of winter. Just move that camera up a little bit. There we go. So we are in winter right now. As you can see, I'm all dressed up in my winter gear to stay warm. And yeah, so it should be an interesting day today. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making one of my favorite beers that I had it tweaked by Horst Dornbusch. We're going to be making a German Altbier. So we've got some Munich, Pilsner, Cara Munich, Carafa 3, some Carpels, maybe a little bit of caramel malt that we're going to use. We're going to use a German ale yeast, and also we're going to be using Yakima Valley hops, Hallertau Mittelfrüh. I know I'm not saying that right, Horst, so bear with me. So, yeah, so things are going okay there. So we might as well just get right down into it, all right? So I would show you my screen, but I'm using a new system, so I'm still learning it, so bear with me. So what we're going to be doing now is I'm going to turn the camera this way, go down like this. There we go. And then you can see the mill. All right, so for my mill, all I have is just like a barley crusher and a variable drill. Works great. I mean, there are days where I think about getting the SS Brewtech mill, which would be fantastic. But I just don't have the funds for it right now. So, that goes like that. Nope, grabbed the wrong one. No, I did. No, I got that one. All right, that goes like that. This comes like this. Turn you on. And phone, get a recipe. All right, let's do this. View. Oops, Altbier. Pilsner. So I need... What? There we go. So for Pilsner malt, I need 4.5 pounds. Oh, my goodness. There we go. Rice hulls. Rice hulls are a good thing. All right. So I keep all my base malts pretty much in a in large containers like Vittel vaults. So I need 4.5. It makes my life a little easier. And a lot of the malt, or my base malts, I should say, I get from a local craft maltster out where I live here in Ottawa. Mississippi Mills Malting Company out in Pakenham, Ontario, make some fantastic malt. And Dean is a fantastic guy. If ever you need, I'm in the wrong mode here. There we go. Pounds, 6 pounds. A little much. Yeah, so when you're using your scale, make sure you got your scale set to the right settings. I just learned that I went over by a lot. 4. That's an ounce. That's 7. That's 5. Okay. What's that one? Okay. All right. 4.5 pounds of Munich. Okay, so do this, tear it. That's good. And if you have extra malts and things, it's always good to have them. Just put them away, store them in some solid containers like that. Cara Munich, 1.2 pounds. Cara Munich. Cara Munich. Crystal light. There's 1.5. Carpils was so all I need is 10.5 ounces of carpils. All right. Ounces of Carafa 3. All right. All right. That's that. Okay. So I have a thing, and this is just me. If ever I have a bag of malt that's been sitting for too long and it looks like it's been broken open and it's been all over the place and there's not a lot of it left, bye-bye. I'm not going to take a chance with it. But that's me. I mean, I've been given malt and things a lot by friends, and sometimes it's great stuff and sometimes it's not. So before I get too far, what I'm doing right now is I'm getting my rice hulls ready, or into my malt pipe. It's there, that's ready. So my malt pipe I put inside of, as you can see, I put it inside of a mesh bag. That's just so I can catch a lot of the junk that falls down into the actual boil kettle when I'm doing stuff. So there we go. That goes like that. We can put some stuff away. Like that. So I have these great containers that I got from when I was in the military. They're called ammunition cans. You can't get them everywhere. So if you're wondering where you get them, maybe Army Surplus or something like that may have them. That's about as best as I could suggest. Oh, my hands. All right, so we're just gonna get those grain put away. Just because you don't want it all over the place. Is that all of it? Yeah, that's all of it. Okay. Like that. Take this. Oof. Get my gloves. Hands are getting cold. I love where I live. Just hate the cold. All right. So, now, a lot of times you want to make sure that your gap on your mill is okay. I think the gap on this one is a little off. There we go. That looks about right. Just give it a double check. So, what I do is I do this. I take a little bit. Start off just because alright, so that's where it's gonna be, is it? And then things like this happen where your mill doesn't want to cooperate. All right. Like so. Nope, we're not. There. There we go. All right, let's try this again. live day. There we go. Now it cinches up. There, it's locked up. All right. Okay, it's going to get loud for a few minutes here, guys. All right. All right. Okay. Come on. Oh, it's going to be behind schedule. This is why I'm not such a big fan of these mills. They're a bit of a pain. They're kind of temperamental. Okay, let's try this again. So we're going to do it this way. All right, you're good there. You're good there. All right. This does happen every now and then when things don't necessarily go the way they're supposed to. Almost done too. Hang on. Let's see if we can't get it to catch. Okay. Oh, like a little bit left too. All right. Thanks for bearing with me here, there, folks. I know it's not much on brewing, but this is a step. And unfortunately, this is a step that needs to be done. Otherwise, I would have said, or you can actually go to your local homebrew store and get them to mill it for you. But then you got to deal with a bunch of milled grain that won't last as long as unmilled. Why won't you grab? Oh yeah. All right, let's do this again. I might have to double mill everything. That's all right. We can deal with that. We can deal with that. All right. All right. So our milling is all done. Put the mill away. Get a few things put away. I need a cup. That's what I need. All right. This comes over here. measuring cup. I'll be right back, guys. Hello. All right. All right. So we are going to change cameras. Sorry about that, guys. There you go. So, probably not going to see it that well, but right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my mash in. But before we do that, I actually got to start things like timers and things. We want to Altbier, brew it. Create. Okay. Steps. That's done. So I use a system called Brewer's Friend, and it is absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Okay. So now. All right, let's start mashing in. So we have our like 12 to 13 pounds worth of grain here. Move this out of the way. And we get mashed that. Take this over here. Turn this so I can see it. There we go. And then we just do this. And I can. There. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. All right, cool. So I put rice hulls in the bottom here. Sorry, I'm getting used to doing it live, guys, so I'm sorry. So I've got my rice hulls in here. I've got about 10 liters of water, up to about 170 degrees. I am now going to drop that down to about 152. And I'm going to start mashing in. So what is mashing in? Well, mashing in is pretty much just adding milled grain into a body of water or a kettle of water to try and extract all the goodness that's in it, like your starches and sugars, simple sugars, strained sugars, your complex sugars, you name it, it's all going to be here. All right, bring that like that. And I just, instead of just dumping it in all one shot, I do a little at a time. That way I can make sure there's no dough balls. And everything gets taken care of properly. So this is one of my favorite recipes to make. I actually found this beer in a book that I have, and I tried it, and it was absolutely awesome. And then with my podcast, I had a gentleman by the name of Horst Dornbush on, and he was fantastic in every way you can think of. He had a look at my recipe, and he says it's pretty much bang on. Just get rid of the Pilsner or the two-row and just make it all Munich. So while I got rid of the two-row, I kept the Pilsner just because I like the flavor it gave. But I did get rid of the two-row, and I added more Munich malt. So things are looking good. So I've been home brewing now, like all grain home brewing now. What? Going on, I think almost three years now. So getting into it, my little hobby or my or something I really enjoy doing. I shouldn't call it a hobby. It's a passion, really. Is taking off for me. I mean, I have a lot of friends who have these systems where they're just like on their stovetop or whatnot, and or there's guys who have these like huge systems where they're like lots of dollars in there, and I'm like, oh boy. And I don't feel so bad for what I've spent on my stuff because you can't go down the rabbit hole. All right, so there we go. Look at that. Okay. And I just recirculate some of the wort that we're collecting here over the top, just to help it out. It is a pretty thick mash, so anything you could do to help it out goes a long way. Okay, and we're going to be getting to the Vorloff soon. There you go. That. So you should be heating your sparge water up at the same time as you're doing this. I'm using a Grainfather sparge water heater. So I'm looking, so I've got that maxed out. So you're looking at almost 16 liters or more of water. Because when this is all done and getting ready to boil, we need to make sure that we have enough water in there to get everything out. Alright, so that comes out. That comes off. This is just the top screen for when you're doing this. And then what I like about my Brewzilla, I had a RoboBrew, but what I like about the Brewzilla is that the actual top piece actually locks in place. And I can do this and control the flow of the pump. So we are now going to Vorloff over the top of this for a little bit. Set our timer for an hour. Set a timer for 60 minutes. There we go.
1 hour, starting now.
All right. So now we bring our camera back here. Go like that. Bring this up a bit, like that. There we go. And we're back, guys. So, yeah, I should find a chair. We'll find a chair. Hang on. I'm just going to put a little water over the top of everything here. Help it out. It's a little thick. get a chair. There's a chair. There we go. There we go. All right. Ooh. So now that we actually have, hey, so now that we actually have everything doing what it's supposed to be doing, like this. Now we can actually focus on. We can focus on just making sure everything is going right according to the recipe. So, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so now, and that goes in 60 an hour. Okay, so I do need to go hit a bottle. Okay. This is what happens when you move stuff inside your house and you used to be brewing outside all the time. It's a little hard to keep track of everything. So I'm gonna see. Let's see. We got here studio mode. Yeah, I don't think I can get rid of that. I'm trying to see if I can see if you guys are leaving me any messages or anything on the live feed. So hang on a sec. Do that. We are gonna do this. Tile to the left. Go like that. And there's that. That. Studio. Content. Live. There we go. Back. All right. Ah, there we go. All right. So, hey guys, making alt beer. Sorry for the all caps. It's a little weird. So I've got Altbier going today, and yeah, it's a great thing to do. So now it's a little weird because I can see you guys here, but I got this going in my ears. Hang on a sec. I'm gonna turn this off. Turn these off. No, I'll just turn the Bluetooth off. All right, we'll play that. Sorry for the all caps. Go like that. There we go. That's better. And we're gonna turn this down now to 85. So this is what Brew Day pretty much is it's sometimes it's a lot of go go go, and then there's times when it's a lot of sitting around. Now it's kind of time to sit around and just chill out, have a good time. I'm gonna check over here for a sec. So I'm gonna check over there, over at the actual kettle, because I could probably do some Vorloff. Probably give it enough time for it to come down. Yeah, there we go. All right. So the actual, there we go. So the actual pump, oh, not pump, but the actual Vorloff process, the grain has absorbed a lot of that water. So we are going to probably be using every ounce of what we have inside of the sparge water heater when we actually get down to doing our sparge process when it comes time to actually start doing it inside of the Bruzilla. Should we not have enough sparge water, the way around that is to get a big colander, a colander or a stock pot or something like that, and fill it with hot water. And then you can bring it out from your kitchen or wherever it may be, and then you can add it straight into the actual the sparge process, or just top off what you have. And it's a way to make sure that you're not screwing things up at all. And I have a tendency, sometimes I get a little too excited and I get going and I miss steps, and yeah, it gets ugly. we'll leave it at that. But we have a few minutes here to actually see what's going on. And yeah, so it's nice to know that this new setup I've got going for live streaming actually works, so I can actually show you guys a bit more of what I'm doing. And I'm actually really looking forward to when summer comes, then I can actually have my garage, which is my brewery, actually set up properly to show you guys how I do stuff. So it's kind of cool. So what we're looking at this Altbier. Altbiers are obviously from Germany, but they actually do have variations from region to region. And what we got going on here? Altbier. Okay, what are my ingredients? All right, we'll do it this way. So when we're actually get down to it, we're looking for original gravity of 1.054, a final gravity of 1.014. We're aiming for a ABV of 5.33%, IBU of 51. The SRM is going to be 15.85. It may be a little bit more because a little bit more of the Carafa 3, maybe an ounce went in. It won't make that much of a difference, but it won't be what's being described here. And what we got going on, and that's about it for right now. And we'll do some logging along the way. Fermentation. No fermentation. Steps. We're back to the steps. So, so I wonder what everybody else is up to today. So hopefully the guys from the Brew Tubers tune in. I know a couple of the guys. Tina Roberts. All right, who's Tina? Let's see. No, Trans Am guy. Yeah. So not much really going on today. I mean, where I live here in Canada, I'll show you. It's pretty freaking cold. We had a nice day yesterday. There we go. We had a nice day yesterday, with it being about +2 degrees Celsius. So it's what, 30 or 40 degrees Fahrenheit, I think. I don't know Fahrenheit very well. I don't know the conversions, so sorry, guys. Yeah, like I was saying, Altbiers vary from region to region. Everyone has, like a Kolsch, has their own take on it. in the area of Dusseldorf. This is where you get them from, the northern Dusseldorf or northern German Altbiers. A lot of them are in that area. Each town has their own take on it, and I try to make this as true to style as possible, as that's why I had Horst help me with it. We're going to be using. Where are they go? There we go. Oh. We're going to be using Yakima Valley hops this time around. We're going to be using their Hallertau middle fruit. We're going to be using an ounce out of that bag into the into the mix when it actually comes time. So that'll be cool. And also, we're going to be using some other things today. Where did they go? There you go. So we're also going to be using. There we go. Do it right. We're going to also be using 5-star super moss for instead of using World Flock or Irish moss. It's the same thing. I just like it because it seems to work a lot better. We're going to be using 5-star defoamer to avoid any boilovers. And inside of the kettle and everything else, I put these bad boys, which are Campton tablets. It just helps get rid of any chloramines or any bad, icky things that are in there to help prevent things from tasting kind of funky. So if I disappear again, it's just to go get a jar, because when it actually comes time to mix this, you need maybe a quarter to an eighth of a cup of water. I have a jar that I have the water line marked off on it. This goes a long way, and I've had this since the summer, and it lasts a long time. Same with the defoamer. You only need like a couple drops out of it to make sure it doesn't do anything. Things don't go sideways on you. So we've used some Pilsner malt. We use a lot of Munich, Cara Munich, Cara Pils. We use some Carafa 3 and some Crystal malt. So that's all it's in the mash right now. And yeah, that's about it. I'd like to know what you guys are thinking right now. I don't know if I have anybody watching. It wouldn't be the first time something like that's happened, but yeah, we'll keep this going for a while. I had to serve the door open. So things are going well. We're going to try and do some more Vorlaufing here in a sec and see what happens. So let's change the camera view. There we go. So all the Vorlauf really is that you're recirculating what you have in your kettle over top of everything to actually try and help it clean itself up. Also, you're also doing that to make sure that should there be anything left over, it's getting rinsed out over the top and everything else. All right. I'll be right back, guys. I just gotta go get that bottle I was talking about for everything. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. So what happens when you get going and you forget stuff. Oh my goodness. All right. So, oh, so things have been going pretty good here in Canada. I mean, lockdown in Ontario yet again for the next little while, but we gotta do what we gotta do, right? Um, so when I first started making beer, it was kind of weird, shall we say. I started making beer back in the early 2000s. My wife got me a kit, and it was just like a bucket, a bottle, not a bottle, but a can of Cooper's liquid malt extract that you'd get, where you would add in the boiling hot water, you would add in the malt, you would stir it, cool it, and then hope it makes beer. And after a while, I tried for a little bit to make it work, and it really, for me, it didn't work. So I moved on. I stopped making beer. I moved on, and then when I got out of the military, I needed something to keep me busy. I found a part-time job working in a local brewery that was just opening up, and I started to find that passion for making stuff again, or making, or for beer. I mean, I always loved beer. Don't get me wrong. I've loved beer for a long time. I've been a craft beer geek for I don't know how long, and I'm still learning so much about everything that I don't think I'll ever stop learning. And it's pretty cool in the sense that, oh, my hat. Um, where I'm at, they actually sparked that passion of to make it again, and I didn't want to get back into doing it with the LME and whatever else because I knew I would have a problem. So I went down to a local homebrew store. I bought my first Robo Brew. I bought a bunch of used equipment for $70, and I started from there. And it was fantastic. And now I have a brand new Brewzilla because I killed my last brewing system. I have a sparge water heater. I have a glycol chiller. I have 4 fermenters and a bright tank. So things are kind of crazy. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. So things are pretty over the top at the moment. So yeah, right now all I'm doing is I'm just letting everything just steep because basically what you're doing uh, with um, with the mash is that you're just steeping it, and I just heard the elements kick in because once if the temperature should drop below a certain point, the elements will kick in, and once it gets up to where it needs to be, the elements will turn off. So which is pretty cool. Makes my life a lot easier, and I don't have to constantly maintain a flame or something else like that. It's not that I don't trust myself around fire. Just me, propane in an enclosed area, not necessarily a good idea. Um, I make myself sound like I'm accident prone. Well, some people say I am, but we'll see on that. Um, I'm just grateful that I'm able to do what I'm doing. So, yeah. So I would like to know what's going on with you guys. I mean, I started getting everything ready around 9 o'clock in time for the 10 o'clock live feed, um, and yeah, so it was a lot of running around, getting everything ready and whatnot. Um, so um, there's a lot coming down the pipe this week for brewing. There's a uh, there's a I got a notice the other day saying that there's going to be a homebrew competition out in Calgary that I'm gonna want to try and be a part of, and I am gonna do that. And so there's a bunch of beers that I want to make to submit. One of them being this alt beer. The other one is gonna be uh, it's gonna be either a barrel aged stout, a my chocolate espresso milk, or my chocolate espresso uh, stout, either a porter, uh, or it's going to be an experimental beer that I've been planning, which is a maple bacon donut stout. Uh, there are some IPAs that with hops I want to make some pale ales, some pilsner, and things like that. So there are some things I want to make. Um, just right now, I need to pay attention to what's what, because I have limited space inside the house as I would outside. If I was outside, I could spread out. I could have things all over the place. Downstairs, I'm in such a tight, confined area. It's a bit of a pain. Um, so we'll see what happens. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. So I mean, I feel like I'm talking to myself, but would it be the first time? Oh hell. Uh, okay. So anyway, um, yeah. So we're gonna do Yakima Valley hops, like I said. These guys are actually really, really cool, and we'll see what happens. So, can't believe I've been live streaming for about an hour. This is awesome. Um, but yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. I think live streaming is fun. Don't get me wrong. I like live streaming. I like doing this, um, and I think we're gonna just keep it going, see what happens. So let's have a look and see what's going on with the other camera here. There we go. There we go. Let's get a few things organized here. Need that. Don't need that. So you're probably wondering what I'm doing with the ladder. So I actually have a pulley system to help me lift the grain basket out of the actual Brazilla. And in my garage, I just don't have the same amount. I just can't have things hooked up the way I want them to. I mean, I can. There's just a lot of messing around that I'm not willing to do right now. Good. Good. All right. All right. All right, so things are pretty cool right now, and I'm just gonna chill out for a little bit, guys. So I think I might just end the live feed here for right now. I may jump on later to let you know what's going on. I hope all's good, and I'll keep you updated on what's going on with the Altbier. All right, cheers, guys.